Getting my music ready. Hi. I assume it's Natalie and Addison. Hi. Double hi. Came on early just to make sure that it's going to work. Hi, Lila. Hi, Noah and Jackson. Jackson, I saw you lost a tooth. That's awesome. Hi, Dorsey family. And I thought people would like this shirt. It's my Pugtato. Oh, there you go. Hi, Sophia and Tommy. Hi, Sherry. I'll keep saying hi until it starts going fast, and then I can't keep up. Actually, I have 4 animals on tap for today. Hi, Howard family. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Mondi family. I'm starting to go fast. Isla and Sybil, if I'm saying those right. Hi. Hi, Katie. I don't have a piranha currently on my list. I'll write it down. Yeah, my Pugtato shirt's super funny. I don't know where my pug is. I think he's upstairs sleeping with Sam. He really likes a morning snuggle, so I think that's what he's doing. Because all my children are still asleep. It's going really fast now. Good morning, everyone. So glad you guys can be here today. Hopefully here in Maryland it turns out to be a nice day today because yesterday was not so fun. We're going to try to get outside today and go for a walk. I'm going to tell you what we're doing. I'm getting questions about what we're doing today, and that I get that question all the time in my classroom at school. And I always say, I always tell you what we're going to do. I'll never make you guess. Hi, Gabriella. I'm not doing an octopus today, but we are doing an octopus. I think it's tomorrow. Hi, Ella. I will tell you we're doing 4 animals today. Hi, Max. And I'll tell you the first one is a basic fish. The reason I want to do a basic fish is because you can make a lot of them in all different colors and sort of fill in your spaces that you need after we have everything done. You can make big ones, little ones, a whole school of them. So it's an easy one to learn how to draw, and then you can use it as you need to. Good morning, Colin. Uh-oh. I will. Yes, we are doing a narwhal. That's going to be our air enclosure. Thank you. My pugtato. Super fun. I don't know how to get it not wrinkly. Hopefully my pugtato will come down and join us at some point. He's snuggling right now. My children upstairs. All right, just a couple more minutes and we'll get started. We are doing a turtle, Gabby or Charlie, whichever one of you that was, or maybe Jen. We are going to do a dolphin and a shark. Open air enclosure means we're going to have like a tank and then like rocks around the outside so we can do things like dolphins because they go in and out of the water. They're not completely underwater all the time. And
it's 10 o'clock.
A seal, because same thing, in and out of water. So they're more of the in and out of water animals. And the reason I'm putting a narwhal in there is because they're so big, so you can show him partly under the water and partly above the water. If I include Hank, he'll be on the farm. Or if we have even more time together, then maybe we'll do like a pet shop. We can do all kinds of household pets in the pet shop. And we can have pugs in there. And I think somebody asked for a parrot. We could do a parrot in that one. We can do a cat. I don't know if James is watching, but I know James would like to do a cat. So maybe we can do that. And then beyond a pet shop, I'll need some suggestions for other things we can do. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Turning off my music. So like I was saying when I first came on is that we're going to start with a basic fish. And I'm just going to give some sort of generic facts about fish because there's so many kinds of fish. And you can choose to make yours a specific kind. I know we did a clownfish yesterday. I'm just going to do a basic fish today so that you can use it however you want in your aquarium. You can do a repeated drawing of it, make it a whole family, whole school of fish. You could do a rainbow set. So you can start with a red-based fish and do an orange one, yellow, all of that. So it's just a good way to fill in some of the space in your enclosure if you need some blank space filled in. So fish are aquatic animals. Bet you didn't know that. Fun fact. And most fish are cold-blooded. And they can communicate with each other using what's called acoustic communication. And they usually communicate when they're feeding, if it's feeding time, or if there's some sort of aggression between fish, or if they are in a courtship, so they're sort of fish dating. And if any of my kindergarten students, if you've had me for kindergarten at Lisbon, you know that we do our animals, our James Rizzi animals. So really hope you're remembering that. Hasn't been that long. The animals, and I showed you a picture or a painting by James Rizzi and had some fish kissing, and we thought that was just so funny. So think of it that way. That's the way they're communicating when they're courting like that. So just a little connection. And all parents out there, if you don't know, look up James Rizzi. He's an amazing artist, and we do a really fun project with kindergarten around him. Oh, I see a bug. So cute. And then fish are found in most bodies of water, from small streams to deep oceans. But no fish has ever been documented in the deepest 25% of the ocean. And they breathe using gills, and they usually are found in schools, meaning big groups of fish together. And they sort of move together like that. Okay, so let's start with our fish. And we're starting with the fish. We're going to do oval, but it's a little bit more circular. It's sort of like a combination circle oval. And then we're going to add the tail, and the tail fin is going to go off the back. And this can kind of be any sort of size and shape you want. It's sort of like a moon meets your fish. Oh, I hear Hank upstairs. He's probably coming down. And now we're going to add the front part of the face. An eye. And we're going to do a little mouth that sort of looks like lips. And if you want to delete that line, you can. I'm slowing down. I'll hold it here for a second. And then the next two things we're going to add are a top fin and a bottom fin. And the top fin has a little curve to it, and the bottom fin is more of a triangle. Now the only thing left to do is add some lines on the fins and for some gills. And the way this is drawn, it's a lot of fun for adding different color blocks. So you can add, if you want to make it a super colorful fish, each little section could be a different color, or you could do shades of blue, shades of green. I think I did mine. On my final, I did some red and some pink. Oh, a Hank mermaid. I would love to see that. Hank was just here. He was just smelling around and he left again. So if he comes back, I'll pick him up. Oh, I hear him. Let's see. I'm going to take a Hank break. Here he is. Hanky. Say good morning. Good morning, everyone. Are you having a snuggle? You having a snuggle with Sam? I need Gabby to do some Hank voices. All right. Can we get down? Okay. He'll be back. Don't worry. Hank would come with any food. If I had any kind of food around me, he would come to try it. He's obsessed with food. Okay. So next we have a big request for a sea turtle. I love a sea turtle. In fact, my son Brooks, who's now 14, really desperately wanted a turtle in his room forever, either some sort of box turtle or a small version of a sea turtle. And we never got it for him. So he got a pug instead, so he should be happy. Okay, so sea turtles are also called marine turtles, and they are a reptile. And there's 7 existing species of sea turtles. And what's interesting about sea turtles is that male and females are the same size. So there's not usually in different animal species, the males are generally bigger and the females are smaller, like we talked about with lions, polar bears. But with sea turtles, they're the same size. Also, sea turtles cannot retract their heads and limbs into their shells like other land turtles or tortoises can. So everything's out all the time. So they can't bring everything in for protection. And the largest sea turtle is the leatherback, and they are 6 to 9 feet long and can weigh as much as 1,500 pounds. It's pretty big. And sea turtles are found in all oceans except for the polar region. So they like the warmer waters, but they're found in all oceans around the world except for where it's extremely cold. They eat plant life. So I know in our enclosure, we've already started adding some plants and some small crustaceans. Now, if we draw a crab later in the week, I don't think our sea turtle will be eating that crab. It has to be something very tiny. And the average sea turtle lives about 30 to 50 years. The longest they've been known to live is 150 years. So they can get to be pretty old. Okay. So let's put this. And we're going to draw our sea turtle. Hank is eating his bone by my feet and he's whining a little bit. So if you hear something, it's just Hank. Okay, so we're going to start with the body. And the body is going to be sort of, it's not going to be straight, it's going to be tilted a little bit. And think of it as like you're drawing the shell and then coming around and drawing the bottom. So it sort of looks like a tilted rock. Yeah, I was wondering, I could not remember in Finding Nemo what he said, but the research I did, I did research yesterday afternoon, so I'm sure the Disney animators did more research than I did, but the research I found was 150 years, so I'm not sure, maybe they were correct, 200 years. Okay, now we're gonna add the head, and the head is gonna come off up here, and we're gonna leave room for a mouth. So we're going to curve up the head like this, and then come in for a mouth. I'll hold that so you can take a minute to do that. All right, so now we're going to add well, let's do his face first. We're going to do an eye, a little eyebrow, a little nose. We already did that. Give him a little character. Now we're going to add limbs. So first you have, actually, sorry, one more thing. We're going to do a line that's going to start from the top of his head and go back to the edge. And that's going to show the top of the shell and the underbelly of the shell. So you go down like this. All right, now we're going to add his lips. I think I've said that 3 times now, but this time for real. So I have a front fin here. You want to erase that. And he's going to have a little tail. And then you could probably add a little one over on this side. You can see where I've added all the flippers. And my little X's are where you can erase. Hi, Joe. Then all we need to do is decorate his shell. And you can do different ways. You can do sort of blocks that fill up the whole shell. I like to do dots. I think dots are fun. So I'm just going to do dots like this. Different sizes. They also make it for fun coloring. So again, just like we talked about all week and last week, you can make your sea turtle, sorry, shades of green, greens and browns, how they normally would be, or you can make it all different colors, any kind of colors you want. I think I did mine shades of green, just because that green is my favorite color. My students ask me that all the time, what my favorite color is. My favorite color is green, so I chose to make my sea turtle standard green, shades of green, and a little turquoise on there too. Oh, I like those little emojis there of that turtle. That's really cute. Okay. So turtle. Uh-oh. Hank decided to bark at somebody. Just get him for a second. Hey, what's wrong? What is it? He's worked up. I think he's worked up from the recycle man. Are you okay? What are you worked up about? Oh, here comes Ziggy. I can't pick Ziggy up. He's huge. They're going to go be crazy together. All right. Next is another big request, the shark. Now, the one I'm doing, there's lots of sharks out there. The one I'm drawing today, I think, is a bull shark. But I think it also kind of looks like a great white shark. So if you know more about sharks than I do, you can sort of adjust yours to make it more ferocious if you want to. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about sharks, and then we're going to draw the shark that I came up with. And then, like I said, you can change it if you want to. So the sharks are actually a kind of fish. They have a skeleton made of cartilage. And they have 5 to 7 gill slits on the side of their head to help them breathe. And there's over 500 species of sharks. So that's why I had to just pick one to draw. But you can kind of adjust how you want to. The smallest shark is the dwarf lantern shark, and it's only 6.7 inches. So that's like that big. That's tiny. And the largest is the whale shark, and that can get up to 40 feet. So that would be quite scary to run into. Most sharks live in salt water, but the bull shark and the river shark live both in salt and fresh water. And many sharks are at the top of their food chain, such as the great white shark. So they are the top predator in their food chain. Something is attacking them. And sharks can lose 30,000 teeth in a lifetime. And I love shark's teeth. Every time I'm at the beach, I look for shark's teeth. One time I think I found one. I definitely found one when I was younger. I don't know what happened to it, but I found one more recently. We went to Calvert Cliffs in Calvert County, which is supposed to have a lot of shark teeth. And I found one, and I've held on to it, but I don't know if it was just a rock that sort of shaped like a shark tooth. I haven't had it on here. Not even sure where it is right now. Maybe I'll find it and show it to you tomorrow, and you guys can help me decide what you think. But I love shark teeth. I'm pretty fascinated by finding them. And then most sharks are carnivorous, so they eat other fish, other sea life. They wouldn't generally eat a human. They tend to attack water. All right, so let's draw our shark. I think this is the most difficult one of the day, so I'll go nice and slow. Okay, so we're going to start by making the head. And the head is sort of a triangle that has a little extra piece for the mouth. So we're going to start by, what I meant by extra piece for the mouth, like this. All right, now we're gonna just add the gills. And if you remember, I said 5 to 7 gills on the side and a little eye. So the eye is gonna go right here. And the gills are gonna go right here. All right, so now we're gonna add that top fin. And it's gonna come back in here. And we're gonna continue and add the back of the shark, and then it has a little fin at the back before the tail. Okay. And we're gonna leave that part for a minute. We're gonna start working on the bottom. So we're gonna do a fin that comes off the bottom, sort of like the going out to the side. And then we're gonna continue with the belly like that. I don't know where Brownie Beach is. Somebody tell me where Brownie Beach is. That sounds fun. All right, now it has 2 more little fins on the bottom as we get towards the tail. And then we're gonna have the tail. That looks a little chubby. Right. And that is our shark. And just like I've always said, I made my shark shades of gray, kind of went boring on it. But at the same time, I have a lot of other colorful fish in my aquarium. So having a gray shark sort of balanced out all the color. But you could do blues would look nice. Rainbow, of course, would be awesome. Or some sort of polka dot crazy shark. Whatever you'd like to do. I'm going to hold it up just a few more minutes. Sorry, I'm so bad at this camera direction thing. And we have one more, which was another big request. Oh, Grace, I think you got it. We are going to do a stingray. And I actually did some research because I thought, and maybe it's still true, maybe I didn't research enough. I didn't see anywhere that stingrays interact with humans at the aquarium, but I feel like they really do, because every time we've seen them, I feel like they are, it looks like they're swimming, and you know they swim like kind of like that, and it looked like they're waving all the time. It looked like they're smiling underneath because their mouths are on the bottom. So it's super cute. Now we're going to draw one that is partly correct and my husband's in the back. Partly like a to life drawing, I guess, and then we're going to add a little incorrect cartoon part to it. If that bothers you, don't add that. If you want to keep it as it should be, then don't add that part. So a stingray is part of the sea ray family, and it's also a cartilage fish, and it's related to sharks. I did not know that. So that's its closest relative is the shark. They are found in coastal, tropical, and subtropical salt waters, so in the warmer waters. Some do live in freshwater, but most live in warm saltwater areas. There's 220 known stingray species, and they do have venom in their tails, so they can be dangerous to humans, but they generally are very social. They're very kind, and they like humans, especially if you've ever seen them interact with humans, like they're the trainers at the aquarium. It's pretty neat. So their mouth is on the bottom, and their eyes are on top, and that's where we're gonna sort of make it a little bit different today, but some of them can be, sorry, my husband's making some of them can be see-through, so you would be able to see their eyes through them that are on the top of their head, but you can see them on the bottom, if that makes sense. They have the specialized jaws that can crush mollusks to eat. So they look like they're very gentle and soft, but they have these jaws that can crush a shell, which is pretty cool. And they also eat plankton. The biggest stingray is known to have been 800 pounds. That'd be a pretty big stingray. And they're also very good at hiding in the sand, because some of them are the color of sand. Some of them, like I said, are that clear look. So they can really scoop under the sand and sort of hide there from their predators. So we are going to do one that's sort of swimming like this. I looked at one, started to draw one that was more like this, but it kind of looked strange. I didn't really like the way. Plus, I felt like in your enclosure that you're drawing, having one that's kind of going up the side might be pretty cool. All right, so we're going to start with the main body. The main body is sort of a pentagon. We're going to start with the top part. That's like almost like a pointed rainbow. And then we're going to bring the sides in, and they kind of hook at the bottom. That noise you hear is Hank dragging a bone. It's way too heavy for him under the table. Then we're going to connect it with a little soft W. So now I'm going to draw the eyes. And again, these are sort of the cartoony kind of eyes that we've been drawing. A lot of times the eyes are just black dots, but this kind of goes with the look that we've been doing. We have these little gills here, and that little flattened W mouth makes them look like they're smiling. And we're going to add the tail. And if you want to erase this line right here, you can. Make it sort of look like it's coming in, not just sort of like it's actually a part of it. Then we're going to add some little dots. Some of them are speckly, and adding the dots kind of gives you another reason to add some color. And that's going to be our stingray. Oops. Mine kind of looks like a tortilla chip too. That's funny. Hi, Emma. All right, now I'm going to show you my enclosure that I've been working on. So you can see I've added my fish over here. Right now I just have one because what I'm probably going to do as we finish up is add more to fill in the space. And then I have my shark at the top. I told you I just went basic gray with him. And then sorry, my turtle and my stingray. As I'm looking on mine, I think I need some yellow. So maybe I'll add a yellow fish to go along with my fish over here. And maybe some purple. I need something purple. Of course, we have 3 or 4 more tomorrow. I don't remember on my list here. We'll finish this piece up tomorrow with our hi Brennan and Bryn, adding the rest of our fully underwater animals in this enclosure, and then on Thursday we'll start our other one. All right, so everybody have a wonderful day. Try to get outside if you can, because if you're in Maryland, tomorrow it's going to be another day like this. So you want to get out today while you can. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, let me get Hank so he can say bye. Hanky, say bye. Bye. It's like, wait, I was eating my bone. Why'd you do that?